Hi everyone, welcome back to Gracie's Garden. I'm in Florida Zone 9B, and I thought today we would plant some seeds. So I thought we would plant some Crazy Cosmos Mix. So I know it's a little bit, usually you plant these in the spring, but I thought we would plant these anyways in my quest to use up all the seeds this year and start fresh next year. I found this packet in the garage. So I thought we would plant them in this container here. So this is the plant where we planted the philodendron Florida green, and I thought we would just kind of sprinkle them around the edge of the planter and just kind of fill it in. And if the seeds come up, they come up. If they don't, they don't. It is currently about 80 degrees outside, and it's still quite sunny and hot. Well, it's in the 80s, I should say. It's not 80 degrees. But like today it reached 93, but the rest of the week is supposed to be like 85 and so on. So I thought we'd plant these. I mean, it's still quite sunny. It's still hot out. So I thought we would just give these a try. I don't see any expiration date on it. So I don't know if seeds really expire, but they've been around for a while. I think I bought these 2 years ago, maybe 3, and I thought we would just at least see what they do. So I just noticed here at the top, it does say which kind of cosmos are in there. The Sensation Mix Dazzler, Gloria, Picotee, Pinky, Purity, and Sulfur Cosmos. And there is a lot of cosmos seeds. So probably more than 100, I would think, of the seeds. So we're just going to dump a handful into the pot and we'll see what happens. So this is a handful I am going to plant, and I'm just going to make little divots in the dirt, plant some here. You know, fortunately I should say, cosmos just will kind of grow wherever, as long as you just press them into the soil. And I think that will be it. I water this usually every day in the evening. Remember some of these were facing in odd directions. They're starting to spruce up and go in the upright direction and make changes, so happy about that. This is the one I would like to about face and go upright, but it will do it in its own time. I think this has only been in the pot for maybe a week or so. So just to give you a little bit of an update on the tree is coming out. I'm not sure when. There's kind of like a backlog of people that do the trees. They are overwhelmed right now, still with the storm from Hurricane Milton. So it's not a huge priority on their list. They came out and looked at it, but it will get taken out soon. Sorry, the sun's very bright, but as you can see here, that whole branch, this whole section is without branches, and this whole section here has died. This is just it from a different angle. As you can see, all the dead up there, and spaces and spots empty. And this side here is the only side that still looks good, but everything else looks bad. So it is just time. I really don't want to, but it is time before it falls on the house or in the road and on the cars or something. It has just got to come out of here. So this is the next section we're going to be working on. This is the side by the garage. The garage is to the left there. And the palm tree is here. And this is all bougainvillea and the Dutchman's pipe vine. As you can see, all the way up. And that's a crepe myrtle underneath there that the vine is covering. So we are going to start working on making a hole right in here, a pathway, I should say, a pathway through here so I can get to the side fence to the side garage door. So I'm going to be working on cutting all of this back, pulling back the vines, and I'm going to be removing the Mexican sunflowers and taking them to the backyard and trying to get that Dutchman's pipe on a trellis that I'm going to build myself, hopefully. I have hope. So that is, I can visualize it, so hopefully it will happen. But this right now is the path. I have to get to the side yard so I can take all the bromeliads. It's the bromeliads that are underneath this tree that's coming out, and start getting them planted on the side of the house where it's shade. And that is the plan, at least. And there's a lot of bromeliads I'd like to keep and save, and they just need that shade, partial sun, and I think that'd be the best spot for them. Because once this tree comes out, they're going to be in full sunlight. I figure I've got a couple months before this tree actually comes out on a list. So there's got to be a lot of stuff that's got to be moved and transplanted from underneath this tree. So I'm glad for the time, because it's going to take me a while to do it. I mean, I've got a full-time job plus life and things, so it will just slowly get done, and things have got to be moved, and all these plants that are here that are partial sun plants are got to go to the backyard now so they can get their shade, or to the side of the house for shade. I am going to replant a tree here. I just don't know what yet. And I think I'm not going to plant something that gets as tall, just something maybe 8 to 10 foot tall. Something that's more manageable. So this is where we're at with the vines. I've cut the crepe myrtle, and the vines have all toppled. And so this is where we're at. I do feel slightly bad because there are a lot of swallowtail caterpillars on the vines. Let me show you up close. So here they are here, and another one here, and there's another one over here, right in here. So there are quite a few. I am just going to pick them out and put them over by the Dutchman's pipe that is healthy, which is right here. And then all this is going to come out. I am going to go through it slowly and make sure all the caterpillars are rescued. But everything else is coming out of here. Oh, there's some more up here. Oh, big ones too. This is the tool that I used by Ryobi. This was $100 with the charger and the batteries, so extra batteries. It was the best thing. I literally got the crepe myrtle cut in like 15 minutes. And most of that was just me taking a break. Here's another angle of it. There's the palm tree. And this is the front of the garage. So let me show you the back side of it. So this is the crepe myrtle. And this is where I cut. And obviously these are limbs here. And it kind of started toppling. And the crepe myrtle actually started splitting because of the weight of the vines. It was actually a little scary. Not to be dramatic or anything, but because as I'm cutting closer and closer to the edge, they start cracking and splitting, making these popping noises. And I didn't realize how much the vines were weighing the branches down. So these bases would snap back into place because they were being pulled so far that way. So it was kind of scary. I realized I probably should have worn some safety glasses, but it's done with now. There's 2 in there that still need to be cut. I just can't get to them. I'm going to work on the vines, work on getting the caterpillars safe, and then I'll work on everything else. And it has really changed how it looks on the side yard. So hopefully for the better. And I will this time keep it maintained. I was trying to get this done before the landfill debris from Hurricane Milton came, but they came today, of course, so I'm too late. So I got to get this into manageable pieces in the trash cans for the garbage man to take them. Oh, it's a lot of work, but I feel good about it. Okay, and this is where we're at after about a week and a half of trimming this back. I've got a little hole going here. I've gotten some of the branches out from the crepe myrtle. Some of them are still in here, but they're covered in vines, so it's a little hard getting them out. And I'm having to cut them out in sections at about the halfway point coming from the back side of all this. So that is where we're at. I have found about 30 or so caterpillars. So I've just been moving them to the front part of the vine, which is here, so the caterpillars can keep eating the leaves of the Dutchman's pipe. And I feel good about getting it done. I filled about 8 trash cans, so I've had to wait for one lawn clipping cycle because I only have 4 trash cans. So, and I have 4 more out. And I think this weekend I should be able to finish this up. Just have to get these vines here. I'm going to cut it from this section here, and then the other section will be for the remaining part. And then just get out these little large branches from the crepe myrtle, which is these here. And that is it. And then I'll be able to chop it about here, back for the bougainvillea, and then we'll be able to start building the arbor. But we do have to work on, this is behind the fence, getting the bougainvillea that's grown that way and getting that out of there, because all this whole section here is going to be rock, even around the plants and everything. So, but that is another week's project. It's just getting this done right now is this week's project. So this weekend it is something I hope I should be able to finish. One other problem we had is that in the middle of all of this, there was another vine growing, I think some kind of wild vine, that has little baby thorns all over it. And it, when you grab the vines, you get a handful of that as well. So not the best thing. I'm having to wear gloves a lot of times, but it is going well. All right, so that is going to be it for this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed coming on this little adventure of gardening, if you will. And please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye.